ربنا هب لنا من أزواجنا وذرياتنا قرة أعين واجعلنا للمتقين إماما أولئك يجزون الغرفة بما صبروا ويلقون فيها تحية ولا وسلاما خالدين فيها حسنت مستقرا ومقاما كل ما يوبأ بكم ربي لولا دعاؤكم فقد كذبتم فسوف يكون لزاما طاسيم تلك آية الكتاب المبين لعلك باخيع نفسك ألا يكونوا مؤمنين إن نشأ ننزل عليهم من السماء آية فظلت أعناقهم لها خاضعين وما يأتيهم من ذكر من الرحمن مهتد إلا كانوا عنه معرضين فقد كذبوا فسيأتيهم أنباء ما كانوا به يستهزئون أولم يروا إلى الأرض كم أنبتنا فيها من كل زوج كريم إن في ذلك لآية وما كان أكثرهم مؤمنين وإن ربك لهو العزيز الرحيم وإذ نادى ربك موسى أن ائت القوم الظالمين قوم فرعون ألا يتقون قال ربي إني أخاف أن يكذبون ويضيق صدري ولا ينطلق لساني فأرسل إلى هارون ولهم علي ذنب فأخاف أن يقتلون قال كلا فاذهبا بآياتنا إنا معكم مستمعون فأتيا فرعون فقولا إن رسول رب العالمين أن أرسل معنا بني إسرائيل قال ألم نربك فينا وليدا ولبثت فينا من عمرك سنين وفعلت فعلتك التي فعلت وأنت من الكافرين قال فعلتها إذا وأنا من الضالين ففررت منكم لما خفتكم فوهب لي ربي حكما وجعلني من المرسلين وتلك نعمة تمنها علي أن عبدت بني إسرائيل قال فرعون وما رب العالمين صدق الله العلي العظيم
محمد وعلى محمد بلندتر سلامات. अब मेरी जुबां बाबा सुन लो अपनी बेटी के आखिरी बयां बाबा। जब गले लगाया था तुमने हमको मातल में, जब गले लगाया था तुमने हमको मातल में, आज तक रुलाता है वो समा हमें बाबा। सुन लो अपनी बेटी के आखिरी बयां बाबा। कान हो गए जख्मी, गाल हो गए नीले, कान हो गए जख्मी, गाल हो गए नीले, जालिमों ने यूं खींची मेरी बालियां बाबा। सुन लो अपनी बेटी के आखिरी बयां बाबा। ये खबर नहीं मुझको कब जला मेरा दामन, ये खबर नहीं मुझको कब जला मेरा दामन। दूर तक था आँखों के सामने धुआं बाबा। सुन लो अपनी बेटी के आखिरी बयां बाबा। मोहम्मद वाले मोहम्मद बुलंदतर सलावत।
से मैयत उठाऊंगा इसकी, कैदे जंजीर में है हाथ मेरे, कब्र कैसे बनाऊंगा इसकी। बेकफन है बेकफन जाएगी बहन मेरी, आखिरी रात है सकीना की, शम्मा जिंदान में मंगा दे कोई, आखिरी रात है सकीना की। जा रही है हुसैन की बेटी, आखिरी रात है सकीना की। सलवात पर मोहम्मद।
मोहम्मद वाले मोहम्मद बुलंदतर सलावत।
बारे दीगर बावादे बुलंद सलवात। जिंदान खुल गया है, जिंदान खुल गया है, सकीना वतन चलो, सज्जादे कह के गिर पड़ा छोटी सी खबर पर। जिंदान खुल गया है, सकीना वतन चलो है, सज्जादे कह के गिर पड़ा छोटी सी खबर पर। मजलूम ऐसे गिर पड़ा, मजलूम ऐसे गिर पड़ा, तुरबत पे बहन की, जैसे हुसैन था गिरा अकबर की लाश पर है। जिंदान खुल गया है, देखो नहीं रही मेरे हाथों में अब रसन, जाने लगा है काफिला अब लौट कर वतन, लेकिन तू बैन शाम में, लेकिन तू बैन शाम में कैदी ही रह गई, खाके तमाचे सो गई। जिंदा की खाक पर है, जिंदान खुल गया है। अम्मा की तरह तुझको न मिल पाई थी रिदा, बाबा की तरह तुझको कफन भी न मिल सका, पत्थर भी खाए शाम में, पत्थर भी खाए शाम में, तूने मेरी से गिर के हो गई तेरी भी खम कमर है। जिंदान खुल गया है, मैं लेके तुझको शाम से वापस न जा सका। बाबा को क्या बताऊंगा अब मैं जाके करबला, कुर्ते में दफन करके, कुर्ते में दफन करके बनाई तेरी लहद, आबिद को खून रुलाएगा ये दर्द उम्र भर है। जिंदान खुल गया है, करबल में छिल गई थी तेरे सर से जो रिदा, वापस मैं ला चुका हूँ उसे देख तो जरा। सर पर मैं तेरे रखता, सर पर मैं तेरे रखता रिदा अपने हाथ से। अफसोस हाय शाम में तू ना रही मगर है। जिंदान खुल गया है, सकीना वतन चलो, सज्जाद कह के गिर पड़ा छोटी सी खबर पर है। मोहम्मद वाले मोहम्मद सल्लल्लाहु।
Now I will request our esteemed guest speaker, Sayyid Shabir Abdi, to deliver insights on the timeless teachings of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. Salawat bar Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala
मोहम्मद वाले मोहम्मद बुलंदर सलावत।
Another salawats, please. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله الذي هدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله. لقد جاءت رسل ربنا بالحق. الصلاة والسلام على جميع الأنبياء والمرسلين، خاتم النبيين، شفيع المذنبين، رحمة للعالمين، طه وياسين. سيدنا ونبينا حبيبنا وطبيب نفوسنا، على النبي الأمي البدر الجلي الكوكب الدري البشير والنظير، الرسول المسدد العشير الممجد المصطفى الأمجد، حبيب إله العالمين أبي القاسم محمد. وعلى إمام المطهر وشجاع الغزنفر قاسم طوبى وسقر، أبي شبير وشبر قالع باب خيبر، حامل اللواء الحمد يوم المحشر، مظهر العجائب ومظهر الغرائب، الذي حبه فرض على الحاضر والغائب. إمام المشرقين وإمام المغربين سيد الكونين أبي مولى الثقلين أمير المؤمنين علي ابن أبي طالب وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المظلومين ولعنة الله على أعدائهم أجمعين من يومنا هذا إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد، فقد قال الله سبحانه تبارك وتعالى في محكم كتابه الكريم: بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ونريد أن نمن على الذين استضعفوا في الأرض ونجعلهم أئمة ونجعلهم الوارثين. صدق الله العلي العظيم. صلوات. In Surah Qasas, Ayah 5, Allah shares His plan of those who were oppressed on this land to make them the leaders and the inheritors. وَيُمَكِّنَ لَهُمْ فِي الْأَرْضِ وَنُرِيَ فِرْعَوْنَ وَحَامَانَ وَجُنُودَهُمَا مِنْهُمْ مَا كَانُوا يَحْذَرُونَ. And we will establish them, the imams, the inheritors, we will establish them on this land, and we will show Pharaoh, Haman, and his army of what they are afraid of. We have been discussing the 3 ayah from Surah Qasas 4, 5, 6, step by step, to show that every generation, every era had a Pharaoh. And where there is a Pharaoh, we saw there is a Moses. And this is an allegory which transcends time and space. This is an example that Allah has used to explain in Quran. And you can also see that these ayah of Quran fits perfectly when we talk about Karbala. We reached this place in our discussions, or rather a stage, where we saw that the daughter of Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam is standing up against the injustice in the court of Yazid la'natullah alayh, and she took that stance to highlight the reality of Islam, to expose the batil, to advise people, to make sure that people hear the truth. She wanted to awaken the consciousness of the people that was dead because of their worldly pleasures and worldly gains and worldly hopes. There's always a need to wake those people up because their hearts are dead. The religion is gone. The belief is gone. The faith is gone. Because they started running after dunya. When they ran after dunya, the deen left. And this is the place in the court of Yazid that you see that people were only Muslims from their tongue. They were not Muslims from their heart. When a person says La ilaha illallah, they accepted Islam from their tongue, but it hasn't reached their heart. When does it reach their heart? It reaches the heart when the heart accepts that message. When the heart accepts that message, the body acts. That means Iman is that stage which not only represents the word coming out of the tongue, but the affirmation of the heart with certainty. That is Iman. But you see in court of Yazid, There is no deen. Instead, there was a propaganda to wipe out Islam. We will touch base on it. The role that Sayyida Zainab played in Karbala in reminding people the mission of Imam Hussein alayhi salam, in safeguarding the religion of Islam by sacrificing herself, sacrificing her children, sacrificing her veil to save Islam. Where did she get this quality from? Indeed, she was chosen to do so. But look at the family dynamics, the family she come from. If you see the family she belongs to, you will see that the generation before her were those who sacrificed themselves. Who? Her grandfather, great-grandfather, Imran ibn Abdul Muttalib, يعني Abu Talib alayhi salam. Look at the sacrifices of her great-grandfather. He stood up against the batil, all the kuffar in Mecca. He paved the way for his nephew to do tabligh. He was his protector, and he was also making sure that the message is preserved as well as the Prophet is protected. Many times when they were in Shu'b Abi Talib, out of fear of enemy attacking at nighttime, he would remove his nephew, he would remove Rasulullah from his bed and put him on another bed. And in place, he makes his son sleep on that bed. Why is he putting his own son on that bed? So that when at nighttime the kuffar attacks and they think that that is Rasulullah, indeed that's not Rasulullah, but that is my son who should get killed, and my nephew should be saved. Can you imagine how many times he did that? Numerous times. Abu Talib made his son Ali ibn Abi Talib sleep on that bed. I would ask, why are you only choosing Ali? Why did you choose Ali? Because he loved him so much. When a person loves something so much and he is offering that thing that he loves to Allah, imagine the quality of sacrifice. And that is what Abu Talib was doing. Say, I'm going to give Allah the best of the best sacrifices because I love my son, and I will put him on the bed of Rasulullah so that when the enemy attack Rasulullah, my son should get killed. And that is the same practice when he passed away. Rasulullah was asked to now migrate from Mecca to Medina. Why? Because Abu Talib isn't there anymore. To protect him. One last time, when Rasulullah is about to migrate to Medina, Allah intends to remember Abu Talib in that night, and he puts Ali ibn Abi Talib again on the bed of Rasulullah. Why on so many occasions? It also tells us that if there was anyone that resembles Rasulullah, it was Ali ibn Abi Talib. Because the night when he slept on the bed of Rasulullah and the enemies came to kill Rasulullah, they thought it was Rasulullah sleeping on the bed. But in fact, when they realized that that is not the one that they were looking for, instead that is Ali ibn Abi Talib. That means when he sleeps like Rasulullah. He resembles like Rasulullah. So much so that when the Surah Bara'at, Surah Tawbah, the first 10 ayah of Surah Tawbah were revealed, and Rasulullah gave it to one of his companions to take it to Mecca and recite it between the kuffar. Jibreel descended and he said, Ya Rasulullah, take those ayahs back from your companion because he cannot deliver it. Only you are the one that is from you can deliver those ayah. So Rasulullah sends Amir al-Mu'mineen on his camel, says, Ya Ali, take my camel and go to Abi Bakr and take those ayah from him. What happens when Amir al-Mu'mineen takes Rasulullah's camel? He mounts on it. He starts going to the place where they were waiting for. They heard that the camel of Rasulullah is approaching. They thought it was Rasulullah approaching. But when they saw that it was Amir al-Mu'mineen, they said, Ya Ali, it's you. We thought Rasulullah is coming. That means when Amir al-Mu'mineen sleeps on the bed of Rasulullah, he resembles like Rasulullah. When he mounted on the camel of Rasulullah and he walks and goes towards the kuffar on the camel of Rasulullah, even the companion bear witness that he looks like Rasulullah. That's one last time that Allah said, let us remember Abu Talib in this night. And Amir al-Mu'mineen sleeps in that bed. In fact, when Rasulullah says, Ya Ali, tonight you will sleep in my bed while I migrate to Medina. He asked, Ya Rasulullah, if I sleep in your bed, will your life be protected? He says, yes. So Amir al-Mu'mineen bows down in sajda. And this is said that this was the first sajda-e-shukr of Islam that Amir al-Mu'mineen did. And he turned his cheek on the sajda, right cheek and left cheek, and his forehead. That's exactly how sajda-e-shukr we do. That was the first sajda-e-shukr of Amir al-Mu'mineen. He was sacrificing his life for Rasulullah, that when the enemy attacks, I should be killed, but the life of the Rasulullah should be protected. He should live. The message should live. This is what the family is. This is the family Sayyidah Zainab belongs to. She inherited the sacrifice from her great-grandfather, from her grandfather, from her grandmother Khadijatul Kubra, and from her father Amir al-Mu'mineen. This is Sayyidah Zainab al-Kubra, who is in Karbala. She stands before Yazid because she says, oh Allah, if I sacrifice myself, by speaking the truth I will sacrifice myself, because I want your message to prevail. I want the Imamah to be protected. I want the Wilayah to be protected. And she stood in the court of Yazid, and she reminded Yazid that the things that you are rejecting, that you are mocking, remember Yazid, you mocked Quran, you mocked Rasulullah, you mocked Allah. She uses Quran, one ayah after other, one ayah after other. She quotes to remind people that what you are rejecting today is reality. Quran was in fact revealed to my grandfather. Quran speaks about you. You're mocking Quran. Quran says, the one who did evil has an evil end, because أَنْ كَذَّبُوا بِآيَاتِ اللَّهِ وَكَانُوا بِهَا يَسْتَهْزِئُونَ. They rejected the ayat, and they also made mockery of the message of Allah. Surah Rum. And then she quotes again that if Allah, وَلَا يَحْسَبَنَّ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا أَنَّمَا نُمْلِ لَهُمْ خَيْرٌ لِأَنفُسِهِمْ إِنَّمَا نُمْلِ لَهُمْ لِيَزْدَادُوا إِثْمًا وَلَهُمْ عَذَابٌ مُحِينٌ. Those who see that their life has been extended, don't take it as it is better for their life. It's better for them. In fact, Allah is giving them chance to increase in sin because there is the worst punishment for them. And now when she reached this point, she says, O Yazid, how can one expect justice from you when in fact you have put your women and your slave girl behind the veil, but you paraded the daughters of Rasulullah from land to land. You took away their veil. Their faces were exposed for people to see. People examining their faces from distance and near, from far and near. People looking at them at the place where the caravan stopped. Places where the caravan stopped. People are looking at them. These words she describes, she tells Yazid. And again, she uses his name, Yazid, because everyone in his court would refer to him as Khalifa or Amir. But she says that doesn't exist. You think the authority belongs to you? It does not belong to you. People are afraid of you. They give you respect because they fear you. In fact, the position that you are sitting, the seat that you took as the king, it does not belong to you. You have no reality. You have no respect. You don't deserve any respect. The reality of your lineage is worse. She goes on to describe Yazid as Yabna Tulaqa, oh, the son of freed ones. Imagine people fearing Yazid because he's the king. He has the ultimate power. He can kill them. Sayyida Zainab stands in the court and she says, Yabna Tulaqa, oh, the son of freed ones. People should be shocked. Because Bani Umayyah, like we said yesterday, they created their own tales and stories praising themselves as the true heir of the Prophet. But today, that whole narrative starts crumbling down because she told the reality of Yazid. What is his reality? You do not belong to a respectful family. You are the son of the freed ones. What is she referring to? She is referring to Fath Makkah, the conquest of Makkah. When Rasulullah Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alayhi wa sallam when he entered Makkah with the grandeur and the army with him, and he took Makkah without any bloodshed, he went to the Kaaba. He stood before Kaaba and he spoke to the people. Now imagine, when he entered Makkah, Makkah is filled with those kuffar who came against him when he was in Makkah and also when he left Makkah. At both times, they came to fight him. And their leader was Abu Sufyan. Now they are watching him standing by Kaaba. Now he is powerful. The same person who they pushed out of Makkah has now returned to Makkah with complete authority. And their minds are thinking that very soon he is going to take revenge. He's going to kill us for things that we did to him. They waged war against him. They killed his companions. And it's now our turn to lose our lives. But this is the Prophet of Allah. He asks, O people of Quraysh, what do you think I am going to do to you? They said, you are a good brother, and you are the son of a good brother. That means we expect nothing but good from you. Even when they didn't believe in his message, they believe in his trustworthiness. They believe that he is Amin, he is Sadiq. And today, when they thought that the sword was hanging above their heads, they are looking for mercy. Rasulullah said, go away, now you are tulaqa. Go away, now you are the freed ones. At one point, where Imam Ali al-Rida alayhi salam, please write another salawat. He was in Khurasan. There was a commotion. A person claimed that if Muawiyah is the companion of the Prophet, then my wife is divorced. So the jurists at that time, they said, well, his wife is divorced now. This came to Imam Rida. And he said, there is no divorce. He nullified it. They are still married. So the jurist of Khurasan wrote a letter to Imam Rida asking, can you explain your fatwa as to why this divorce is invalid? So Imam Rida says, this is according to your narrations reported by Abu Sa'id al-Khudri. He says, when Rasulullah stood by Kaaba, he spoke to the kuffar and he said, my companions are good and you are good. And there is no migration after today. Hence, he did not count tulaqa among the companions. Companions are different. Tulaqa are not companions. Hence, the divorce didn't happen because what the man claimed. And they accepted it. Now we see that people claim Muawiyah to be the companion. In fact, he's not a companion. He's among the tulaqas, the freed ones. And according to their narration, was reported from Abu Sa'id al-Khudri that Rasulullah differentiated between the companions and those in the Makkah, that you are good and my companions are good. That is, you are tulaqas, you're good. You do whatever you want now, you're free to do so, but you're not among my companions because there is no migration after this to be called as a companion. Bibi Zainab, salamullahi alayha, she reminded Yazid of two things. One, your lineage is from the freed ones. Two, my grandfather showed mercy to your ancestors, those who waged wars against my grandfather, who brought people from different religions, Christians and Jews and pagans together. They wanted to fight Rasulullah. Two instances she pointed out. The mercy that my grandfather showed to you and your ancestors, you pay that today by making us captives. And you have no value. If you claim that you got this position out of respect, you're the son of a freed one. She goes on to say, what more can we expect when you were raised by that person who chewed the liver of a shaheed and who was raised with the blood of martyrs, the blood of shuhada, the flesh that grew with the blood of shuhada. Now Janab Zainab pointed out another instance of Yazid's family, the disgraced family. In Ziyarat Ashura we say, Allahumma inna hadha yawmun tabarrakat bihi banu umayyata wa ibn akilatal akbad. The children of the liver eater. What do you have? You are the son of a liver eater. She pointed out the shahadat of Hamza, Sayyid al-Shuhada Hamza in Uhud, where he attained shahadat. The grandmother of Yazid goes and she cuts open the stomach of Sayyid al-Shuhada Hamza. She takes the liver out and she starts to chew the liver. But Allah hardens that liver. She couldn't chew it. She throws it out because Allah did not want the piece of a shaheed to become part of her body when she goes into hell. And that's the explanation our Imam gave. Why did that liver become so hard that she couldn't chew? Janab Zainab pointed out that your reality is that you are the son of Tulaqa and that you are the son of the liver eater. What good can come out of you, Yazids? We cannot expect any good from you at all. And look at the way she responds back to Yazid for the insults Yazid did among all the people in his court. She showed the people the reality of Yazid. And she showed who Ahl al-Bayt are. What the maqam of Ahl al-Bayt, the status of Ahl al-Bayt, the house from which the religion started, the house from which the message of Allah started. If people said La ilaha illallah, it's because of Ahl al-Bayt. And this is the famous narration of Aimma. They said, especially Imam Hussein alayhi salam, he said, Allah began religion with our house and He will end the religion with our house. That means it started from our house with Rasulullah and it will end with our house. It will complete with our house when the final successor of Rasulullah will arrive. Dear brothers and sisters, there's a lot that Janab Zainab spoke about in the court of Yazid. But this is enough for us to know what she explained in the very beginning of her sermon. Everything that was mocked, she brought it to light. They rejected Ahlul Bayt, she showed who Ahlul Bayt are. They mocked the Quran, she used Quran to respond. And this was nothing but the expression of courage. She is the daughter of Fatih Khaybar. This is Sayyida Zainab Salamullahi alayha. The ladies from the family of the Prophet. Their sacrifices, history, and Islam will never forget. In fact, when Imam Hussein alayhi salam came to Karbala, he brought with him his son Ali Asghar, his daughter Sakina, and his wife Rabab. Why? It appears that Imam Hussein knew the role his children were going to play in Karbala. And it also appears that he asked for Ali Asghar for Karbala. He asked for Sakina for Karbala. He brought those children with him. And Rabab, she sacrificed her children. And she was famous for being a very good intellectual. She was famous for her beauty. And she was also famous for her adab, her poetry. And in Karbala, she sacrificed her children. She never asked, Ya Aba Abdullah, why are you taking my son? She knew that whoever goes to Maqtal will be killed. Even though there was a question of water. But she knew very well that when Ali Asghar is going to go out of these tents, Ali Asghar will attain shahadat. The courage that the women of Karbala carry, especially the women of the family of Rasulullah. No words can explain. And dear brothers and sisters, today is the night we commemorate the shahadat of Sakina bint al-Husayn. Allahu Akbar. On the rose of Ashura, the day of Ashura, when everybody were killed, and Imam Hussein eventually brings the alam back to the tents, she cries and she says, if I had known that my uncle Abbas was going to be slain, I would have never asked for water. This is Sakina. And one last time, she grabs onto the feet of Zuljana when Imam Hussein is going towards Maqtal, and she says, all the verses of the Marsiya that is written by Amir Anis. She says, Imam Hussein hugs her daughter and says, Jana hai dur, shab ko jawana na ho idhar, zid kar ke royo na hame chahati ho gar, pehle pehl hai aaj shabe furqate pidar, so rahiyo maa ki chhati pa, gurbat se rakh ke sar, rahat ke din guzar gaye, ye fasl aur hai, ab यूं बसर करो जो यतीमों का तौर है. नन्हे से हाथ जोड़ के बोली वो तश्ना काम, दिखलाइए मुझे के यतीमी है किसका नाम. आंखों से खून बहा के ये कहने लगे इमाम, खुल जाएगा ये दर्दो अलम तुम बता बशाम. बीबी न पूछो कुछ ये मुसीबत अजीम है, मर जाए जिसका बाप वो बच्चा यतीम है. She says farewell to her father. Imam Hussein goes towards the Maqtal, but Imam Hussein never returned. But Janab Sakina constantly remembers her father. She cries for her father. When she entered the court of Yazid, Yazid saw that the 4-year-old child is standing before him. She keeps her hand on her face. Yazid asked, well, who is this child? They said, this is Sakina bint al-Husayn. She asked, why do you keep your hand on your face? She said, oh Yazid, your men took away our veil. Yazid, I'm standing among the strangers. Yazid, I am trying to hide my face with my hand. Allahu Akbar. Yazid orders that the haram of Imam Hussein alayhi salam and Imam Zainul Abidin should be imprisoned in a cell where they cannot save themselves from the cold and severe heat. In the Ahl Haram and Imam Sayyid al-Sajidin was imprisoned in such a cell that they couldn't prevent themselves from the cold. Their skin was chapped, their skin was dried. Can you imagine the torture Haram had to go through? And in those nights, in the imprisonment, Janab Sakina had a dream. She saw that there were 5 horses and 5 men were sitting on it, and she saw that angels were encircling those men. She saw that there was a maid. She approached it and she asked, "Who are you?" She said, "I am one of the maids of the heaven." She asked, "Who are these people on the horses?" She said that the first one is Adam Sifatullah, the second one is Ibrahim Khalilullah, the third one is Musa Kalimullah, the fourth one is Isa Ruhullah, the last one who is holding on to his beard. Sometime he falls, sometime he rises. He is your grandfather Rasulullah. She asked, "Where are they going?" She said, "They're going to your father Hussein." And she said, "I wanted to go and complain about the atrocities that befell on us, and then I saw that there were 5 camels, and on the 5 camels there were 5 ladies sitting, and I asked, 'Who are these ladies?' She said, 'The first one is Hawa, the second one is Asiya, the third one is Maryam, the fourth one is Khadija, your great grandmother, and the last one who is falling and rising is your grandmother Fatima az-Zahra.'" Listening to that, she rushes to her grandmother. She stands before her grandmother and she says, "Oh grandmother, my father was killed." She says, "Oh Sakina, your words have chopped my liver. Sakina, this is the shirt of your father. I'm going to meet Allah with this shirt." She wakes up from this dream. She narrates this dream. She remembers her father. Her grief intensifies. One night she saw her father in her dream again. She wakes up. She cries, "Aina Abi, Aina Abi, where is my father?" Listening to her cries, the Haram starts to cry. The whole cell is now crying. And these voices reach Yazid. He asks, "What is going on? Go find out, why are they crying?" His servants come and finds out that Sakina bint al-Hussein is crying for her father. So Yazid sends the severed head of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. And the severed head of Imam comes inside a platter, and there was a cloak that was hiding. And then the platter arrives in the Zindan. Janab Sakina sees it and she says, "I asked for my father, not the food." Bibi Zainab comes closer and she said, "Oh Sakina, this is the severed head of your father." She removes the fabric and she holds on to the head of Imam Hussein. She kisses the face of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. She starts complaining, "Oh father, who smeared your beard in your own blood? Oh father, they made me orphan in a very young age. Oh father, there is no protector after you." She cries with the head of Imam Hussein alayhi salam, and she all of a sudden is silent. Bibi Zainab goes closer. She takes the severed head of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. The moment she takes away the head, Sayyida Sakina falls on the ground. Bibi Zainab goes closer. She checks the pulse of Zanabe Sayyida for Sakina. There is no pulse. She says, "Oh Sayyida Sajjad, Sakina has left this world." Now imagine in the dark cell of Zindan Sham, How can one give ghusl to Sakina bint al-Husayn? Sakina bint al-Husayn is getting buried in that dark place, in the grave. And how? She has the signs of the rope tied to her arm. She has the signs of the slap she received from Shem. She has the sign of a wounded earlobe. She has the same shirt she was wearing, and that was adhered to her skin. And they couldn't even give her a kafan. She is buried in Zindan. My dear brothers and sisters, when the Haram left for Karbala, Bibi Zainab calls out to the women of Sham. She says, "Oh, women of Sham, we are leaving behind our daughter. Please go to her grave and light a candle in that darkness." It is said that until until she passed Sham, she kept looking back towards that place because she know they were leaving behind Sakina, who wanted to go to Medina, but she could not go to Medina. Now imagine the pain her mother had to go through. And on the day of Arba'in, they stayed there for 3 days on the grave of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. The third day came and they started to leave Karbala. Janab Sayyida Zainab saw that there is a lady on the qabr of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. She goes to that lady and she says, "Oh Bibi, who are you?" She raises her head and she saw that that is no one else but Rabab. She says, "Oh my sister, what are you doing here? Don't you want to come to Medina?" She says, "Oh my sister, Allah gave me 2 children, Ali Asghar and Sakina. Sakina is sleeping in the shop. Ali Asghar is sleeping with my husband Abu Abdullah. What should I do after going to Medina?" Allah la'natullahi ala al-qawm al-zalimin. وسيعلم الذين ظلموا أي منقلب ينقلبون. سبحان ربك رب العزة يما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Matame Hussein.
हुसैन या हुसैन
या हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन।
जब मुझे आपके कातिल ने है मारा बाबा, जब मुझे आपके कातिल ने है मारा बाबा, जब मुझे
आपके कातिल ने है मारा
बाबा। हर तमाचे पे सकीना ने, हर तमाचे पे सकीना ने पुकारा बाबा, जब मुझे आपके कातिल ने है मारा बाबा, जब
मुझे आपके कातिल ने है मारा
बाबा। हर तमाचे पे सकीना ने, हर तमाचे पे सकीना ने पुकारा बाबा, जब मुझे आपके कातिल ने है मारा बाबा, जब
मुझे आपके कातिल ने है मारा बाबा।
मुझे बालों से पकड़ कर है तमाचे मारे, मुझे बालों से पकड़ कर है तमाचे मारे। मैंने सरशिम्र से मांगा जो तुम्हारा बाबा, जब मुझे आपके कातिल ने है मारा बाबा,
जब मुझे आपके कातिल ने है मारा बाबा।
वो जो दुर आपने तोहफे में मुझे बख्शे थे, वो जो दुर आपने तोहफे में मुझे बख्शे थे, उनको बेदर्दी से जालिम ने उतारा बाबा, जब मुझे आपके कातिल ने है मारा बाबा, जब
मुझे आपके कातिल ने है मारा
बाबा। आपके सीने पे आराम से सोने वाली, आपके सीने पे आराम से सोने वाली, सो के अब रात पे करती है गुजारा बाबा, जब मुझे आपके कातिल ने है मारा बाबा, जब
मुझे आपके कातिल ने है मारा
बाबा। हर तमाचे पे सकीना ने, हर तमाचे पे सकीना ने पुकारा बाबा, जब मुझे आपके कातिल ने है मारा बाबा, जब मुझे
आपके कातिल ने है मारा बाबा।
साथ रहवारों के दौड़ाया गया है मुझको, साथ रहवारों के दौड़ाया गया है मुझको, चूर जख्मों से बदन मेरा है सारा बाबा, जब मुझे आपके कातिल ने है मारा बाबा, जब मुझे आपके कातिल ने है मारा बाबा, जब मुझे आपके कातिल ने है मारा बाबा, जब मुझे
या हुसैन या हुसैन
या हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन या ज़ैनब या ज़ैनब या ज़ैनब ज़ैनब या ज़ैनब या ज़ैनब। اسم الحسين كتبته بروحي، زينب تعيش ألم بجروحي، اسم الحسين كتبته بروحي، زينب تعيش ألم بجروحي، عندي عاشور جميع أيام حتى بالعيد ونيني ونوحي يا زينب يا زينب يا زينب وين ما التفت انظر لمصيبة وجرح اهل البيت وانا القمط جرح اهل البيت وانا القى طبيبه ضلع مكسور جاب عاشور ضلع مكسور جاب عاشور اساله وين اللي يجاوب عن سؤالي شلون تنشف دمعة الفاقد لغالي ابكي يا عين لاجل الحسين ابكي يا عين لاجل الحسين صورة حسين تجيب احلامي اشرب الماي وون عظامي استمع صوت يتامى وزينب جمرة خيام تشب آلامي جمرة خيام تشب آلامي يا زينب 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 زينب ام الحزن يعني ايش قد حزينه زينب ام الحزن يعني ايش قد حزينه والجرح معنا خدر ومسلبينه تلقى بالشام كل الالام تلقى بالشام كل الايام عين ابو فاضل قبل كانت حرسها زينب وكم صوت من عقب المسها اجت وياه وين تلقاه اجت وياه وين تلقاه زينب شلون صفت مشتوفه حامل خدور قطيعه جفوفه راس الحسين رمحهم شاله طفله بالشام تريد تشوفه طفله بالشام تريد تشوفه يا زينب يا زينب يا زينب يا زينب مهجة المهدي من يطف جمرها ومتمس بيها ومسلب خدرها ما ظن الثار يخمد النار ما ظن الثار يخمد النار خدر زينب أكبر من الثار جرحه ما يطيب ولا تمر عالزهرة فرحه دمع العيون مثل المتون دمع العيون مثل المتون مهدي ما قول تطيب جروحه راس مقطوع طبع بعيونه ما ظن الثار ما ظن الثار يسكن نوحه جمر خيام يظل ببروحه يا زينب يا زينب يا زينب يا زينب يا حسين 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 يا حسين
जिंदा में सकीना को याद आया वो सीना जिंदा में सकीना को याद आया वो सीना जिंदा में सकीना को याद आया वो सीना जिस सीने पे सोती थी गए जिस सीने पे सोती थी मासूम सकीना जिंदा सकीना को याद आया वो सीना जिंदा में सकीना को याद आया वो सीना कर तरस जरा जालिम बाबा को न रोऊंगी मैं गोद में मादर की आराम से सोऊंगी बेरहम लैलों ने गए बेरहम लैलों ने फरियाद सुनी ना जिंदा सकीना को याद आया वो सीना जिंदा में सकीना को याद आया वो सीना है मौत की खामोशी तारीकी ये जिंदा में क्या जुल्म किया लोगों मासूम सी मेहमाने कोई और तो मासूमा है कोई और तो मासूमा यूं कैद हुई ना जिंदा में सकीना को याद आया वो सीना जिंदा में सकीना को याद आया वो सीना साजाद जो जिंदा से हो कैद कदम तेरी क्या कहना ये सुगरा से तुमको है कसम मेरी ताहशर रुलाएगी है ताहशर रुलाएगी तेरी मौत सकीना दामे सकीना को याद आया वो सीना जिंदा में सकीना को याद आया वो सीना सरदार सकीना को जिंदा में दफन करके साजाद ये कहते थे ना कफन बिला मर के ताहशर रुलाएगी है ताहशर रुलाएगी तेरी मौत सकीना में सकीना को याद आया वो सीना या हुसैन 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 मा सल्ले अला